All right, so this right here is the XTRA MUSE. This is a sub $500 gimbal that I will be completely honest, I have been blown away with the professional applications I've been able to get out of this little sub $500 piece of equipment. Now, for those of you that aren't aware of it, the XTRA MUSE is essentially a DJI Pocket 3 that they rebranded as the XTRA MUSE to get around some of the nasty tariffs that are going on in the US right now. So what that means is you can essentially get a DJI Pocket 3 for under $500. Now, the only limitation of this versus the DJI Osmo 3 is if you're wearing like a wireless DJI mic, you can't just natively connect to it without any extra things. You do have to get a transmitter on there. But besides that, it operates exactly the same. The operating system looks almost exactly the same, except for a couple of color differences. So you really get a great package for a good price. But all that being said, I've been using it now for about 3 months, and full disclosure, I paid for this with my own money. No one's paying me for this. This is just what I've discovered as someone that makes money behind a camera. I have been blown away by how many professional applications I've got out of this little tiny $500 gimbal. And what I want to do is I just want to point out why I think something like this adds such a really interesting tool in your arsenal. I know I show up with a lot bigger camera systems. I'm there with the full DJI RS4s. I have gimbals, I have sliders, I have Dana dollies, all that stuff. But what I've just found is having something small like this in my pocket gives me creative flexibility to move fast. And I found myself in shoots, even with big paying shoots where I have grip trucks and everything else, there's those moments in between where we're waiting to set something up where maybe you can just go and get some quick B-roll. And nowadays, it is so important to come back not only with quality content, but you need quantity content just to give your clients lots of options. And I've been amazed at how I've been able to take something like this and in just a few seconds, I can walk around an office and maybe pick up some little B-roll shots that I would have never really taken the time to get on a bigger gimbal system because there's too much work and all that stuff. This literally can let me go around in 2 or 3 minutes and capture lots of those little extra details that kind of blend in with the rest of the shoot. And the other good thing about this is because this lets you shoot in a log format and it's got decent dynamic range. I mean, and like, don't kid yourself, you're not gonna be overpowering a Red or even an R5 Mark II or Sony FX3, anything like that. But what's nice is with these log settings, if you set this and have maybe an ND filter on there, you can match up really well for those shots as cut points in a piece. So I found this quality and just the ease of use to be really, really amazing. And the other thing I liked about it is, I'll be honest, this is just fun to have. It's so small, it's so light. It just lets you not think about the equipment and just kind of go and get fun little shots on the side. And I found that kind of reinvigorated me a little bit too on some of these other shots when I'm working with so much technical big gear. Having something small that I could rely on was an absolute game changer. So anyway, guys, this is just one of those pieces of equipment that I have come across that I always like to share things that make little things that make big differences. And I'm just shocked that this little XTRA MUSE has made such a big difference, especially because I bought it just to get some things here for my little YouTube channel. And I ended up taking it on sets and it just made so much more fun and really good shots that have made the client happy to get away with. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you have to say with this. Leave me any notes and comments down below, and yeah, go out there, keep on shooting, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.